Hello, welcome back to Closing Bell on the 30th of December 2020. 2 days left before a brand new fresh 2021 comes to embrace with loads more prosperity and richness. But before we drop into 2021, I want to make sure today that you have done your investment plan for 2021. So today I've got 5 easy steps that you can follow to make sure that you get your investment plan sorted out, your goals and targets, get your brain aligned to make sure that you want to focus, laser focus to achieve your target. So first things first, emergency savings. Are you saving enough for the rainy day? Are you saving enough in case you lose your job for a year? Have you got enough money to put a roof over your head, food on the table, and also expenses like clothes and everything else? Make sure that gets done first. And secondly, after that, you need to focus on how much you can afford to invest every single month. You get your salary chunk and how much percentage you can afford to save to invest in stocks and shares to help you grow money while you sleep. But if you look and you don't have enough money, maybe perhaps it's time to look at your budget and reduce your expenses. Look at all the things that you're paying for. Maybe perhaps I don't need a Netflix. Perhaps I don't need Spotify. Perhaps I don't need coffee every single morning from Starbucks. Think about it. Do a bit of review, cut the cost, and then you can move forward and focus on how much you can invest, on what stocks you can invest. Second part is to define your goals. Okay, defining goals is very important. You have to do every single year just to remind what you're here to do. Okay, define your goals is first is your retirement age. Don't let the company dictate that you retire at 65. So stick a number and see how much you need before you retire, and perhaps it gives you a bit of thinking cap here to say, oh, I need to work harder to make more money so I can retire sooner and give myself more time. And also, you need to think about your maximum investable amount every single year that you need to do it. If you do not invest, let's say you need to retire by 45. If to retire by 45, you have to save and invest £20,000 or £30,000 or £40,000. It's a magic number that you have to figure out yourself to see how much money you need, and then compare to what you've done for the last 5 years. And maybe it's time to wake up and save, work harder, to let your money work for you. Next, number 3, it's all about your risk tolerance, your risk management. Investing is about managing that risk. Are you accepting a 10% risk or 20% or 30%? What do I mean by that? What I say, if you're taking a 30% risk and you look at your portfolio and you're investing in spec stocks up to 30% of your overall portfolio, which is high risk, which could go to zero anytime, can you accept that appetite? If yes, fine. But if you can't, then think about stepping the pedal back a bit. And also, you need to check out how old you are. If you're a young person between 21 to 30, take more risk. Don't be afraid. You got lots of time to make the money back. You have to learn, take more risk, and this is time to grow. Or perhaps you might have so much amount of savings set aside that you're not taking enough to invest. Think about it. Your money set in the bank with low interest rate climate is going to be inflated. Okay, you're going to lose money over time through inflation. Maybe perhaps trying to readjust and invest a bit more amount. Something to think about. Plan number 4 is what to invest. Okay, before you think about what I should be investing the amount next year, you need to think about evaluating your existing portfolio. Look at what you have on your portfolio. Okay, are you buying the right amount? Are you buying the right stocks? Are you buying the right amount of risk? And also, what is the strategy you'll be taking? Everybody's got a different strategy. I've got my concentrated top 3, 75% portfolio. Maybe that's not for you. Maybe you're more dividend. Or no, maybe it's not for you. Maybe you're more ETF and fund. Or maybe you're more cryptocurrency orientated. You need to think about the strategy and you have to stick to it. And also, you need to focus on, again, I'll say this again, your diversification. Are you well diversified in your portfolio to move forward to 2021? And finally, point number 5 is your benchmarking. When I say benchmarking, end of 2021, you have to see how well you have performed this year. Just take the percentage and then compare it against other funds, compare it against S&P 500, see where you stand, see how well you perform, because you have to look at what you've done, your assessment, and then move forward 2021, what you can do to be better. The thing is, one thing that you have to put in the back of your mind is S&P 500 has done 9 to 11% for the last 90 years. Yes, 9 to 11% average, with all the correction, with all the crisis that's been occurred in America for the last 90 years. If your portfolio has not performed 9 to 11% for the last 5 years, maybe it's something to think about. Maybe you've done something wrong somewhere that you need to think about. And finally, you have to use your tracking tools. Tracking tools can come from your spreadsheet that you have, or tracking tools can be for a financial time portfolio tracker or an app tracker that you have. There are loads of them out there. You need to pick and choose which one is the best for you. In tools in the broker. So I've got 3 accounts. I've got Interactive, Hargreaves Langston, and Trading 212, and also eToro, sorry. So I use them as their own individual tracker. So for example, Hargreaves Langston is my high growth mega cap growth companies, and then my interactive brokers are my hyper growth, so I compare them against all the hyper growth, benchmark against them. And my Trading 212 is my top 3 portfolio that I own, the likes of Fiverr and Tesla, and I benchmark against those hyper growth stocks. So I track and benchmark myself against a market situation to see how well I perform, and then I benchmark against like ARK Investor, Billy Guilford, to see how far I'm off them, and then see if I'm performing well, and maybe the things that I need to tweak to get better. So this is me for today on how to financially assess your plan and how to plan for 2021. So I hope you find it useful and something for you to set aside to think for tomorrow, day after, or perhaps on your New Year's Day resolution, and sit down and think about your investment plan.